It is one of the more highly anticipated races of the season, especially as we saw in 2020 in real life. It is the Coke Zero 400 at Daytona on NASCAR Heat 5 as we wrap up the regular season. Who will get the final spot going into the playoffs, coming into the night after this 400-mile race around one of the baddest racetracks in the nation? We are about to find out here today in a matter of moments. Before we go into the starting lineup or take you through today's starting lineup and key thoughts and analysis going in, we'll take a look at how the point standings are shaping up here in this one. Darren Dill, R6, Ethan, welcome to the stream, everybody. So here we go. We'll take a look at the points coming in. Denny Hamlin leads currently in the regular season championship standings by 29 points over Ryan Blaney. Those are the only two drivers that have a chance mathematically that can win the regular season championship tonight. It's not over. It is Daytona after all, but Blaney's going to have to climb out of a hole. He qualified last for today's race. Denny Hamlin qualified 8th, so already in stage 1, he is going to be working from behind. As we take a look at the 12 drivers who have locked themselves in on wins this season, Ryan Blaney has 9 wins. Kyle Busch has 2 wins. Kevin Harvick's got 2 wins. Denny Hamlin has 2 wins. William Byron has 2 wins. And Christopher Bell has 2 wins. Drivers with 1 win include Chase Elliott, Martin Truex Jr., Eric Jones in the Daytona 500, Eric Almirola, and Brad Keselowski, as well as Matt Kenseth won one of the Pocono races. So those are the 12 drivers locked in on wins. 3 drivers have clinched on points all last night after the Dover race. Joey Logano has locked himself in mathematically on points. Kurt Busch has locked himself up mathematically on points. And Ryan Newman has locked himself up mathematically on points. So that leaves just 1 spot remaining. Alex Bowman is in that 16th spot right now on points. He is locked in on points. The only way he could get knocked out of the top 16 is if we have a new winner, which could obviously happen today at Daytona, as we all know. Key drivers, I should say, that are winless this year that need a win tonight to make it to the playoffs include Austin Dillon, possibly a rookie like Tyler Reddick or Cole Custer, Jimmy Johnson, Matt DiBenedetto need wins. We know Ricky Stenhouse Jr. knows how to win at these super speedways, so look for him tonight as well. Clint Boyer, another one of those drivers. BJ McLeod's been on a good run as of late, coming off a 3rd place finish at Dover, but he still needs a win to move on. Bubba Wallace is another notable driver that needs a win to move on into the playoffs after tonight as well. So we'll see which one of those drivers, and maybe even somebody else that I did not mention, could go to victory lane tonight and lock themselves in on to the playoffs. Again, that will start up later this weekend. Blaney's going to need a little help if he's going to win the regular season championship here tonight over Denny Hamlin. That is for sure, but help could definitely happen here at Daytona. We're going to take you through today's opening, analysis, thoughts, whatever they pin on the right side of the screen. I'll read them off for you guys, and we'll get into this one very soon. Yeah, single car speed not there for Ryan Blaney on the super speedways. We saw that at Talladega and in the Daytona 500 this season already. We'll see if he can get that win on a super speedway here today. Chase Elliott starting on the pole, keeping that hot streak rolling. Austin Dillon will be starting at the rear of the field. He's got a long ways to go today as well. BJ McLeod didn't look so great in practice, but anybody can win here. Also, the Rocket Man, Ryan Newman, qualified 2nd. He'll be starting outside front row for today's race. Here we go. The green flag is in the air. And already troubles on the initial start for Ryan Blaney at the rear of the field, but Chase Elliott will lead the field to the green flag here today. 50 laps in stage 1. Blaney's car did not take off on the initial start. And he's got to make sure he doesn't lose the draft here in the opening lap of the race. He's going to need a checkup here by the rear of the field or something. He doesn't have any help from behind him, and he doesn't have any single car speed either. Big run coming to the back of the pack. Still doesn't really have any help. Chase Elliott leads the field down the back straightaway as they're about to roll off into turn 3 for the first time today. Everybody going to be fighting for a win here at Daytona tonight, whether they are locked in or not. You always use more bonus points heading into that 16-man playoff field. 1 lap in the books, and Chase Elliott will lead lap 1 here at Daytona. Canadian Bacon, welcome to the stream as well. Blaney's got one of his teammates at the back here. Brad Keselowski further back in the field. Martin Truex Jr. also didn't qualify well. Clint Boyer. So there are some notable drivers starting at the rear here tonight that you can possibly find themselves up towards the front at the end of the day. So again, yes, Ryan Blaney's locked in the playoffs. We have 9 wins with him this season. That is the most wins of any driver. But as far as the regular season championship goes, he's 29 points behind Hamlin coming into the night. So we'll keep an eye on that. And again, Alex Bowman is the only driver that is not locked into the playoffs that is above the cut line right now in 16th in points. And again, the only way he could get knocked out is if we have a new winner today. So he's going to have to run up front all day to make sure that that doesn't happen. You see Bowman currently outside the top 30. He will not fall out on points. He is, again, locked in on points. But we could easily get a new winner that is below the cutoff line here today. We have seen it in the past at Daytona, especially in the July race. 3x3 through the pack still. Opening laps are in the books. Denny Hamlin up to second after starting 8th. He got there in 2 laps, and he's all over the back bumper now at Chase Elliott. That is not what Ryan Blaney wants to hear, because he's going to need some help if he's going to win the regular season championship. Even if he wins both stages and wins the race and scores a max points day, he's going to need help, because 29 points back, obviously, when there's only 1 point per position, that's going to be pretty tough. Slight contact between Eric Jones and Ryan Blaney there. Jones really faded back. Remember, Jones won the Daytona 500 this season, so he is a winner already at this racetrack, and also won the summer Daytona race a couple years ago. That was his first career win in 2018, so he knows how to win here as well. We'll see if he can get the Daytona sweep here tonight. This is his only win so far this season as well. Not necessarily a season to forget, but the consistency as far as winning speed goes just hasn't been there for Jones this season. Six people watching already here today. Thanks for everybody tuning in on a Wednesday night. Blaney pushed a little tight. His car was a little looser in qualifying, so he tightened it up from qualifying to the race. So if he's getting bump tracked at the center of the corner, he'll have to be careful in case that car might be too tight. So far, so good. And sticking right around the bottom lane. He's working the throttle when he has to make sure he doesn't completely run over the guys ahead of him. Kyle Busch fading back. He's outside the top 20 right now. Heartbreaker for Kyle Busch yesterday. It looked like he might have went on to win after Blaney had wrecked in the final less than 40 laps of the race, coming off of pit road for the final time under green flag conditions. We had 5 cautions yesterday in that race, by the way. Big push here from Cole Custer to the back bumper. Blaney now down the back straightaways. They continue to work the inside lane, and already Blaney's made it halfway through the field. He's very fast in the pack. It's just the single car speed's not there, so when he was at the rear, he was struggling that opening lap. He's working his way through the field pretty quickly since he got a car behind him. And something else that's going to be a pain for him today is if and when he gets to the lead, it's going to be tough to hang on to it. Obviously, the runs you see in the Cup Series on the super speedways are ridiculous and hard to block. But at the same time, too, you don't have a very fast single car speed. You're going to need all the help you can get. Meanwhile, Denny Hamlin has led his first laps of the race, taking the lead from Elliott 2 laps ago. He is leading now. Elliott has fallen back a couple spots now after starting on the pole, leading those opening couple laps. Ricky Stenhouse up there in the top 3. Eric Almirola, Denny Hamlin. Those top 3 are all drivers that know how to win on super speedways, and including here at Daytona. Blaney was trying to push Harvick. Harvick wasn't going anywhere. He kind of got loosened up just a little bit. Blaney slides under him and Joey Gase 3 wide and barely clears Harvick in the center of turns 1 and 2. Blaney into the top 10. He just ran his fastest lap that last time by. 209 miles an hour down the front stretch into turn 1. These guys are hauling at the front of the field. And the top 10 is slowly starting to break away from 11th on back. And only 2 cars on the outside now after Blaney jumps back down to the bottom. Off the exit of turn 2, and that would be Chase Elliott and Kurt Busch. A couple of Chevrolets there. Billy Kramer, welcome to the stream. David Reagan, also one of those drivers that could win and advance himself into the playoffs. Now, you have to be in the top 30 in the standings as well. I do have the drivers that are outside the top 30 that cannot point their way into the top 30, even with a win today, just in case one of those guys are up front late, so that way I don't accidentally make the call of, and they're in the playoffs when the race is over and they're not actually in the playoffs. So I do have that listed as well. I have all the mathematical options for drivers to clinch here today, and again, I will be keeping track of those throughout the course of today's race. Denny Hamlin still out in front. He's led every lap since lap 4. He's going to be strong car to try and pass, as Blaney's just all over the back of David Reagan right now and just shoving him. And now he works at 3 wide underneath him and William Byron. Blaney into the top 5, clears David Reagan. 3 wide, here comes Brendan Gunn from behind as well. Almirola trying to work on Denny Hamlin to get to the lead. Hamlin throws the block in the center of the corner. He's still a little bit higher. Almirola's got a little help. Priest goes high for a moment. Big run. Oh, and he tried to block Blaney. Priest tried to block Blaney. He was already there. There was some contact, and that just stalled the 12 car out, the 37 as well. They fall in line single file towards the front of the field. Now the 37 moves up to give Blaney that 3rd spot easily. Villanes, welcome to the stream. Caution's out at lap 11. First caution of the day. Again, Hamlin in the lead. Been doing pretty good, by the way. We're off to a rapid start here in this one. No clue who brought out that first caution, but whoever it is likely out of the race because we don't have anybody hitting pit road. Again, lap 11 here is the first caution of the day. So here we go. Green flag back in the air. Hamlin leads the field to the green. The guy he is racing for that regular season championship, Ryan Blaney, right behind him and giving him a shot on the restart. Hamlin was trying to make sure that Blaney wasn't going to take it 3 wide underneath him, and Blaney started to help him, but he couldn't stay connected with the 11. That outside might take off here, and now Priest lets go of the 10 of Almirola, so it's a drag race between the 10 and the 11. The 12 trying to side draft the 37, and he doesn't have the help. Brendan Gaughan takes off up to 4th. It's the pole setter Elliott with a big shot to the back of the 12. 12 back down to the inside in front of Newman. And Eric Almirola able to take the outside to the lead. Priest thinking about going 3 wide up the middle for the lead, and he does. 3 wide for the lead at Daytona, and that is going to allow Denny Hamlin on the inside after a shot from Ryan Blaney to get up there. The 10 of Almirola is hung up on the outside. He's got Elliott now behind him. 62 moves to the middle. And Ryan Newman giving Ryan Blaney a shot now. And Blaney's up to 2nd right behind the points leader Hamlin. All over his back bumper now as the top 2 are out in front of the field. And he's going to want a chance to win this regular season title. He's going to somehow have to find a way to hang Hamlin out to dry once he tries to pass Hamlin for the lead. Frankie Smith, welcome to the stream. Hamlin gets all over the back of the other way around. Blaney gets all over the back of Hamlin, but he's just not able to make a move. Doesn't have enough help from behind there from Newman. Big run again by Blaney. 206 miles an hour down the back straightaway. We saw 209 going into turn 1 earlier. And Blaney makes the move to the inside, trying to lead his first lap of the race here tonight. Hamlin on the outside. Newman up high to try and help Hamlin. And Blaney doesn't have any help. Here comes David Reagan. And he will give a push now to Ryan Blaney as Hamlin hangs on to the lead. He's led every lap since lap 4. Hamlin's been dominating the early going of the race. Almost blocked Blaney into one. Big side draft going into turn 1 now. Reagan again trying to push Ryan Blaney. Almost called him his dad's name. And Blaney now out in front after the push from David Reagan. The inside line is prevailing. Michael McDowell behind his longtime teammate David Reagan as well. So a bunch of Fords stacked up on the inside. Kind of wondering why Newman went high with Hamlin instead of down low with Manufacturer Alliance Ford of Ryan Blaney on the inside when they were side by side for the lead. And now RB12 has led his first lap of the race here tonight at lap 19. Just trying to control and block both lanes now. And even if he doesn't win the regular season championship tonight, he'll still try to go for a win, get more playoff points, and try to get that 10th win of the season. And here comes a push from the 34 to the back of the 36. Hamlin going to try to push Blaney on the outside now. A lot of bump drafting going on in the early going of today's race. Blaney trying to side draft the 34 and hold him back as much as he can. Trying to get this outside to work. It's just not working, and he moves back down to the inside for the moment. Right behind the 34, and Hamlin couldn't get down to the inside behind him. Brendan Gaughan was already there. See if these two front row cars can work together and stay out in front of the field, and maybe one of those two can steal the win here today. That little boy forever, welcome to the stream. Favorite driver's Denny Hamlin. Hey, you might see him get a win here tonight because you know how good he is on these super speedways. He's won 3 of the last 5 Daytona 500s. We saw a Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota win the 500 this year as Eric Jones did it on this season. So we'll see over the course of today what can happen. Brendan Gaughan, the 62 all over the back of Blaney. Man, really gave him a shot. That just shot him straight up the track. He's clear, though. Look at Ross Chastain, the 77. There's a ton of newer drivers up in the top 10. I think BJ McLeod's up there in the middle lane as well. Another run by Blaney. He was able to lead one lap before losing the lead to David Reagan. They're 3 wide for third on back. Chastain's getting a run on the bottom. McDowell is all of a sudden in the outside lane with Hamlin and Newman behind him. David Reagan continues to hold on to the lead. The outside can work if you have enough help and a good push from behind, yes. But when you're stagnated, kind of like David Reagan is right now, that's where the inside seems to be preferred. If you have enough help, the outside can work. Because look at that, the 77 Chastain just kind of pulled Blaney, or pushed Blaney to the lead rather, and all of a sudden, he just moved him out of the way off of turn 2, and Chastain's right back out in front again. 78 of BJ McLeod, 17th in points coming in. Again, we already stated nobody can point their way in tonight. It has to be on a win. But McLeod's been close so many times over the last few races. Another third-place finish yesterday. He's got 4 top 5s on the year. It's just been too inconsistent. That's why he's outside the top 16, but boy, a win would be awesome for him and his cell phone team here today. Oh, big push. Blaney almost in the wall. Austin Dillon tried to give him a shot at the center of the corner, and Blaney almost couldn't hold it. Luckily, he had the 36 car cleared already. 209 miles an hour into turn 3. Blaney still kept a run despite getting tight off of turn 2. He got right up behind the back of the 14 of Boyer, who's also looking for a win to lock himself in tonight. Outside of Blaney in the top 6, none of these drivers are in the top 16, so that would be huge for any of them to go to victory lane. One driver is out of this race. That was the driver that brought out the first caution of the race at lap 11. Not sure exactly who it was, so we'll just have to wait and see next time we cross if we can tell from the actual racetrack. If not, we'll just have to wait until the next break, whether that be at the stage end or a caution. Yeah, I actually got asked that question last night on the chat. I would love to try iRacing. I just don't have enough time for it currently. But that's something I would definitely like to dabble with and try in the future for sure. 60 degrees, man, you're lucky. I think it was a little warmer today. I think it was like 38 degrees, something like that. High, which for December in Ohio, not that bad. Northwest Ohio, right on the lake. Then he keeps trying the outside. He can't get to the inside with help, so he tries the outside and trying to suck the air off the right rear corner panel. That's not really working that well for him either. BJ McLeod out in front of the field. And the Coke 0400 at Daytona. Halfway through stage 1 already, 25 laps down, another 25 to go. Look at the damage on the front of Logano's car. He has willed that race car now to the top 5. He's up to 5th place. Haven't really seen him today. Former Daytona 500 winner back in 2015. Known as being probably one of the more, if not the most aggressive driver when it comes to super speedway racing over the last handful of seasons especially. So I guess you'll have to watch for him to make some moves late if he's up towards the front. Trying to catch his teammate right now. I'm not sure how he got that damage. It might have been from the first accident today. It looks like Kyle Busch has some damage further back. He's in 7th place. I think Busch has some damage as well. Look at these 3 cars going high of Boyer, Blaney, and Dillon. They're trying to work that outer lane now. Blaney gets a huge shot from Dillon. He makes a move now on Clint Boyer. Oh man, sandwiched in the middle was Austin Dillon. There was contact between the 3 and the 14. They fade back. The 22 and the 24 now up to 3rd and 4th. And Blaney has a teammate of Joey Logano right behind him. And Logano trying to get these 2 Penske cars out in front of the field. You know how strong those Penske cars are in the super speedways when they get up in the front with one another. They're hard to break away, whether it's 2 of them or all 3 of them. Big run by Blaney to the back of the 78, but McLeod again able to hold on. Now, BJ McLeod has won 2 stages this season as well. So he does have a couple playoff points as it is if he can win tonight. Adding on to more, obviously, if he gets the win. These guys still have to pit. Nobody pitted under that first caution. It was going to put everybody right on the border, but everybody stayed out anyway, so there will have to be a scheduled stop at some point in time here. A couple RCR cars lined up back-to-back now as Tyler Reddick has caught Austin Dillon. Dillon still hanging on to 4th place for the moment as he tries to work around Joey Logano, who is now on the outside with no help. A lot of single file racing, but a lot of aggressive bump drafting still going on in the early going of tonight's race. That will only increase a little bit more throughout the course of the night as we actually get closer to the end of the race. I have a pop-up on my screen I'm trying to get rid of right now. Software update, and I'm trying to get rid of it down the straightaways. So if you see me reaching over, luckily I'm not using the steering wheel tonight. Makes it a little easier. It's blocking the chat. That's why I'm trying to get rid of it. So I can't see what you guys are putting in the chat right now. Here's William Byron. He won this season's regular season finale at Daytona. His first career win. And he has 2 wins on this season as we currently speak as well. So he won the first Dover race this season. I don't even know where my mouse is at right now. Screen, I'm not able to really look. Byron going to give Blaney a shot now. Luckily it's single file and I can do what I've been trying to do. Okay, I see it now. I think I should be able to get it next time around the back straightaway. 20 laps to go, stage 1. These guys are going to be right on the edge on fuel. I didn't think they could go 50 laps rather. That caution definitely helped, and now Blaney is on the inside of McLeod trying to make a move. Here comes William Byron. He's going to get a push from him. There we go, got it. And Byron has just pushed Blaney to the lead down the back straightaway. The tandem action going on. McLeod in third, trying to side draft Byron. He's hanging on the outside, at least trying to fight for second place. As Blaney tries to block both lanes, the top and the bottom. Reddick on the outside. Again, we have one rookie that has won 2 races. Oh, McLeod got in the wall after that push from Reddick. These guys might not have to pit in this stage, too. All of a sudden, with that early caution, maybe that's why nobody else had pitted. A lot of the guys up front probably wanted to keep their track position. But yeah, again, a rookie has won already this season. Christopher Bell won 2 races early in the year at Bristol. The first time we were there for the Food City 500 and then the Coke 600 at Charlotte, he also won. Dominated that race, led almost 300 laps. And he's doing a good job controlling the lines here. It's only the second time he's led today. And it's already more than what he led the first time when he only led a lap before losing the lead. He's led 2 laps on this current stretch. Oh man, 3 wide. Contact between Chase Elliott and Tyler Reddick. I think Reddick got in the wall. As look at that pack of cars, 3 by 3 all the way through the field. This is a treacherous situation as we wind closer and closer to the end of stage 1. Reddick and Austin Dillon, the RCR cars on the outside working together in that 3rd lane. Big run. McLeod still trying to get the middle to work. He's being pushed by Chase Elliott. We know he's got speed after qualifying on the pole. Unbelievable. 3 by 3 from second on back. So we were single file for the longest time for about the first 30 laps or so, and now that we're under 20 to go in stage 1, these guys are fighting. Although the stage points, again, don't really matter. Ryan Berwick, welcome to the stream as well. And William Byron out of the lead. Christopher Bell, rather, the other rookie right behind him. 3 wide now, car on the inside of David Reagan. So Blaney is shuffled to that outer lane near the wall. Help from Tyler Reddick and Austin Dillon. Oh, Reddick lost a ton of ground. In the sucker hole goes Reddick. Blaney trying to side draft Brendan Gaughan. Look at the run on the outside Ryan Blaney's got. He had a really good push from Reddick, but he kind of pulled away from him, though. He almost got up to second. And Corey LaJoy jumps to the outside now right behind Blaney. So Blaney is desperately trying to get this outside lane to work. He does have help. A little bit, at least. Thanks for subbing, by the way. That little boy forever. And it looks like Brendan Gaughan wanted to jump to the outside in front of Blaney that time. Big push. Top 4 starting to separate each other slightly. Blaney back to the bottom, underneath of Gaughan, and that was probably a bad idea because David Reagan has moved to the top. They're trying to hang out Byron on the bottom lane. Ryan Newman is in the bottom, as well as Matt DiBenedetto behind Blaney, who just moved down there half a lap ago. Oh, big moment there by the 12. bobbled quite a bit in the center of 1 and 2. He did a great job keeping it off of Brendan Gaughan. And now look at Ryan Newman up the middle. Newman up the middle, a 3-wide pass. Blaney went from help from Newman to 0 help. Now he's got DiBenedetto behind him, but he lost a couple spots. First track in the playoffs is Darlington, Southern 500. Again, we're using the actual 2020 schedule, or at least the original 2020 schedule NASCAR had in place. So all the playoff races you saw in real life this year are going to be the same. None of them are changed. Pretty much since we went to Dover, all those tracks are in the same order as what you saw at the end of the year. 3 wide for second. That time was to the bottom. We saw Newman in that middle lane still trying to get it to work. Blaney trying to block 3 lanes at once. Oh man, a big push there from Newman. Did you see how loose he got down the back straightaway as Newman did not hit him square? But he stayed on the throttle. I'm surprised Byron's hanging on to as big of a lead as he's got right now as well. And he's trying to get in front of the 36 of Reagan. And he does. He's clear. All the way on the top. Back to the bottom now in front of Newman. That was a bold block by Blaney in the tri-oval. Yes, I will be using Blaney's throwback scheme for that race. That Maytag Paul Menard throwback scheme that he raced this year. I will be racing that scheme. And I'm pretty sure you're going to see the AI racing most of theirs as well. Newman back to the inside. William Byron has a really strong race car. We haven't seen anybody with that big of a lead and able to hold it, really, with this package in general in any super speedway. But tonight, William Byron showcasing his speed as he wants to get that 3rd win of the season. 15 people watching currently right now. Hit the like button. We only have 5 likes currently. If you're enjoying the race, the commentary, the video in general, and also, most importantly, though, hit that subscribe button. We do these full race NASCAR video game live streams with a realistic broadcast on the daily, as you're seeing here tonight. And here comes the points leader, Denny Hamlin, after leading a lot in the first 20 laps of the race. He's got a big run. Blaney trying to get an even bigger run and move down in front of him, and he does. He's trying to catch him in that regular season standings. Again, he was 29 points back of Hamlin coming into this race. Big run now. He was quite a ways behind Bubba Wallace. Just no help. Benedetto looked to go high, and I think he saw the 12 car tuck in line on the inside. Road to 1,000 subs, by the way. I didn't really throw that in there. But I think Byron's would be Jimmy Johnson's throwback scheme. It wouldn't be the Rainbow Warrior one. That would have been the year before, 2019. But yeah, this year, all the Hendrick guys ran those Jimmy Johnson throwback schemes. When he gets back by DiBenedetto. Hamlin still in the top 5. Oh, that was a mighty big side draft there by Blaney. He got right on that right rear of Newman. Tried to suck him right around and get up to second place on the outside. He might need help. He's got some help behind him. Matt DiBenedetto, an affiliated teammate there for the Wood Brothers. And, of course, Blaney's best friend, Bubba Wallace, is up here in 5th as well. Another big run to the outside for Blaney. Another side draft on Newman. He's trying to just pull him real quick. And that time it pulled off. Zigzagging down to the inside goes Blaney for the lead into turn 3. Another bobble, trying to keep it off the 24. A push now from Ryan Newman. Blaney back out in front at Daytona. 8 laps to go in stage 1 this time by. That push from Newman definitely helped. And don't forget, fuel could be an issue to the end of the stage. These guys are going to be awfully close if we don't get a caution. That caution would have to come out soon, though. If it comes out with 4 laps or less in the stage, then that's going to end the stage. Yeah, first race of the playoffs for the Cup Series at Darlington. I think we're scheduling that for Saturday. We'll run some Xfinity races. I plan on doing an Xfinity Series doubleheader tomorrow at Daytona and Darlington. And then on Friday, we're going back to NASCAR Thunder 04 for for the next race there, which is also at Darlington. And then I'll run that Southern 500 on Saturday here on Heat 5. So that's kind of the outlook for the rest of the week, leading up to the weekend. As far as these full race live streams go on the channel. Denny Hamlin is fighting for a top 5 position right now at the front of the field. So even if Blaney can somehow block and hold on to the lead, Denny Hamlin is near the top 5. He is looking for stage points as he tried to go to the middle lane there. Now he does go to the middle. There's a third lane on the outside. Corey LaJoie, not a lot of help behind him for the moment. We'll see if somebody moves up. Oh, wow, 24 lost a lot of ground there. That's going to help the 12 and the 6 out in front. 6 to go now in stage 1. Look out, LaJoie almost got squeezed into the wall by Byron again. Byron's got Hamlin behind him in that middle lane, and on the outside behind LaJoie, it's kind of hard to tell. It looks like Ty Dillon further back there. And now Byron pulls up in front of the 32 of LaJoie. Wallace trying to get a third lane going on the bottom. Look at Bubba Wallace and the run he's got on the inside. He just passed about 2 cars down the back straightaway. Newman pulls down to block him on the inside. LaJoie still staying consistent with that outer lane right now. He needs help, but he is staying consistent with the side draft of the cars to his inside as they continue to stagnate. And now we have 5 laps left in stage 1. Byron looks high. He's there. Blaney couldn't block it. And that run basically came all by himself. And a big push here by the 21. Blaney went up to block De Benedetto to keep that outside lane from getting a big run on the inside. A risky block. Blaney back to the bottom and trying to get right back around William Byron. He's not going to be able to clear him, though, as Byron stays right on that right rear corner panel as they are neck and neck for the lead. Coming to 4 laps to go in the stage. Newman again trying to give a push. Byron leads the lap at the line. And again, these guys are going to be close on fuel. Pit road closes with 2 laps to go on the stage, so a lot of these guys are probably going to try to run it all the way to the finish. Big push there by Newman. And Newman now shuffles Blaney out of the inside line, and Newman is trying to win the stage. He's locked into the playoffs, so he's looking for another point, as well as Byron and Blaney. Playoff point that is, and Newman to the lead as Blaney continues to block the lanes behind of Wallace and Byron. Newman's getting way out there. 3 to go at the line. Got a lot of lead changes already, too. A lot of lead changes and a lot of comers and goers. He's got a pretty sizable run in turns 1 and 2 on Newman. The problem is he doesn't have help from behind, so it's going to be interesting to see if he can actually get to the corner panel of Newman, side draft him enough to pull him back, and it doesn't look like he was able to do it there. He really needs Wallace to close in, and now we have a caution, and that will end stage 1. Second caution of the night. Look at Timmy Hill getting up to 4th place. So Ryan Newman wins stage 1 here at Daytona. Hamlin fell outside of the top 10, so that means Blaney will score 9 points to Hamlin's 0. He is now 20 points behind him in the regular season standings going into stage 2. Hamlin fell all the way back to 17th. Not sure who brought that caution out. John Hunter Nemechek, by the way, is the first driver out of the race, so he will not be able to win and push himself into the playoffs, so his championship hopes are thrashed here tonight. So pit stops are coming. Oh, I didn't hit select in time. Wow, okay. Well, Blaney will restart from the lead. But he's only got a couple more laps left on fuel. He's going to need a quick caution here. Green flag back in the air. Got a good jump on the restart. Unbelievable. Wow, that outside, Newman did not take off there. And that stacked up the entire outside because Byron's getting stacked up as well. Look how far back Newman falls. Looks like Ryan Preece is trying to jump to the top. Yeah, We had about a lap and a half left in the stage, but the caution came out and ended it prematurely. I was going to hit pit road, and I just didn't hit select in time. Lack of concentration there. Stay out for maybe one more lap. Daniel Suarez is up to second as Blaney leads the opening lap of stage 2. It wasn't a terrible well, it was a terrible decision, but it's not like I intended to do that. That just put us in a hole. Blaney's desperately in need of a caution here, and he's got to pit this time by because he is not going to be able to make it another lap. Thought he might have been able to make it one more. Trying to block here at the front of the field and hang on. He's got to make sure he's on the inside line as he'll come to pit road. So off of turn 4, Blaney is pitting. That will give the lead now to the 96. 55 miles an hour is the pit road speed limit. He'll get down in time. And it will be a fuel-only stop for Ryan Blaney. Yeah, I just timed the shifts out perfectly. I run manual transmission every race, and I'm good at timing the shifts out. That's why I usually get a good restart. So a fuel-only stop, trying to get the car on the racetrack to at least stay on the lead lap. If he does go a lap down, he'll be the only driver to go a lap down. Nobody behind him. Form back up onto the racetrack now, and I don't know what that was. The car just got really loose. Getting up to speed. Kind of like it did at Dover yesterday, only I didn't spin out that time. So here comes Suarez and the rest of the field now. They are going to catch Blaney so quickly. No, they did not fix most of the bugs in the game. Well, they fixed the bugs that were originally there, and then new bugs just get created over time for whatever reason, so that's why I'm doing the points myself for the Cup, Xfinity, and Truck Series, if that says anything, because the game has crashed so many times at the end of a race or anything of that nature. Suarez has just lapped Blaney. That was just a huge run that Blaney was not able to block. Good news is he's the first driver one lap down, so if he can't get back on the lead lap, not the worst thing in the world. Now he had a push from Ryan Preece. And here he goes again. It was a good call not taking any tires there, though, because he would have not been able to really keep up with the pack. If that was the case, he would have came out well behind him, especially with everybody being bunched together. Trying to lead the pack of cars to the inside, at least at the front here. Ryan Preece is now leading at Daytona for JTG Doherty Racing. He was in the top 5 for a little bit earlier as well. Well, I never ran manual transmission when I was racing, though. I just do it. Well, there's the caution Blaney needs. Might have came out a couple laps too late, but that is the third caution of the race. That will likely mean everybody can make it on field that did not pit. With that caution plus the stage brake caution, so tires can be put on the 12 car for the first time today. Now he'll top off on fuel again. He'll restart at the rear of the field, but he was able to get back in the lead lap just in time. Now, granted, he would have gotten the free pass anyway, so that didn't really matter too much. So Timmy Hill is now out of the race too, as Timmy Hill is the cause of that third caution. Yeah, quarter midgets, it was like a push start, kind of like a sprint car is when I race quarter midgets. So no transmission really at all there. And then the gearing, well, yeah, there wasn't any transmission anytime I raced. Maybe Rage Kart might have been the only. I was really young. I can't really remember if it was or not. I don't believe so, because even the go-karts that we raced, it was on dirt, so it wasn't manual transmit. Like, literally, it was a pull start. It was almost like a lawnmower. It was a lot beefier than a lawnmower engine, but similar concept. It was like literally a pull start. And we had gears on there, but you couldn't change them throughout the course of the race. So, yeah, there was no real transmission. Kurt Busch better be careful. He might lose the pack here if he's not careful. And Bowman still at the back. Boy, he is in a very leery situation, though. He's pretty much helpless today unless he gets the win himself or pushes a car with a win already this year, or somebody that's already locked into the playoffs. Contact to the left rear of Alex Bowman. Boy, he got loose. Blaney did not hit him square. Yeah, it'd be fun to see what Briscoe can do in the 14 car next year. I wouldn't be surprised if he won a couple races. I mean, he's got that kind of talent. We did see a rookie win earlier this year in the Cup Series, so it would not be impossible. He's pretty good on road courses. He's won a couple of them in the Xfinity Series alone, especially this year. So don't be surprised if maybe he contends for a win on a road course next season as well. He won at Indianapolis on the road course there, and they obviously are racing there inaugurally for the Cup Series, so he might have an advantage in that race. Tyler Reddick is really falling back. Fincham trying to block Blaney. And now Chastain down to block Fincham here at the back of the pack. Again, Blaney 20 points behind Hamlin for the regular season championship standings. 15 playoff points are awarded to the regular season champion, so that is why that is important. They've stated pretty much all season, but in case you missed or didn't know the rules. Oh, 4 wide, down to the bottom goes Blaney. Into turn 1, they're 4 wide, contact with Chastain. And Blaney, there's just no room as the 77 trying to give him room. And Blaney about got clipped by the 6 of Newman in the process. Huge stack up, they're still 4 wide, now they're down to 3 wide. Still 4 wide. Car up in smoke now, caution's out. Somebody's blown an engine mid-pack. I don't know if that's what stagnated everything or not. Ty Dillon's up in smoke, and we have our 4th caution already tonight. So a very interesting dilemma there. There were 4 wide contact between Chastain and Blaney. Then the 6 of Newman about clipped Blaney from behind after they were 4 wide. They were still 4 wide as Blaney was trying to stay low and out of everybody's way. And all of a sudden, Ty Dillon blows an engine simultaneously, bringing out the 4th caution. Actually, it looked like a tire's going down because he's hitting pit road. So it was probably a tire going down rather than an engine failure, as it looks like he'll still be in the race. Well, I thought about pitting there, but I guess we didn't have to. Guess it's better that we didn't. Blaney's lining up on the inside at the back. So again, Blaney kind of saved by a caution. He might have lost the draft there if it wasn't for that yellow. Green flag back in the air, and boy, the inside really stacked up on the restart. Matt DiBenedetto in the lead here at Daytona. Wow, that inside stacked up. Blaney got into the back of Bowman. And Blaney's in trouble of losing the pack now. He needs to get a big run here. He's in a dangerous situation of losing the draft. He did not take off on the restart. That inside line stacked up way too much. He's got a big pull behind Ty Dillon in the 13, who does have fresher tires. That's not really going to mean much here at Daytona. It'll help his handling, but speed-wise, it's not really going to do anything. And again, just to remember, the only 2 drivers out of the race today are Timmy Hill and John Hunter Nemechek. Their seasons, championship-wise, have come to an end. Though Timmy Hill's actually last in points, so he wouldn't have been anywhere close to the top 30 anyway. Actually, interesting stat. After last race at Dover, Timmy Hill has finally scored 100 points this season. He's only got 101 points. 1 point per position. Well, he did score some stage points tonight, too, I guess, too. Finished 4th in stage 1, believe it or not. But yeah, he's only got 101 points after 25 races. Like, he was just having a miserable season this year. There's nobody even close to him in points to battle for 39th. Yeah, Eric Jones it's already been announced he'll be running for Richard Petty Motorsports. He'll be driving the 43 car next season. Top 5 or 6, all single file on the bottom, and then it's 3 wide, and then spaced out a little more 3 wide, all the way back from the mid-pack to the back of the pack. Blaney doesn't really have a lot of patience here. He's trying to win a regular season championship. That's what's on his mind tonight. He is points racing, and he's off to a good start. He finished 2nd in stage 1. Again, Ryan Newman won the opening stage. Sideline starting to get going slowly as Blaney pushed up into the 49. Still doesn't really have anybody behind him, and that's what's hurting him. That single car speed that he really doesn't have. Bubba Wallace is running for 2311 Racing. New team next year. Michael Jordan, Denny Hamlin are conjoining with Michael Jordan being the majority owner of the team. Single car team for next year. Toyota backed. Yep, 23 car. Get the number for that team. So kind of like what you saw in stage 1. It was single file at the front of the field for the first maybe 30 laps or so. And then after those first 30 laps, we got to the final 20 of the first stage and everything just ramped up. And I think you're going to see a lot of that here in this stage as we're already nearing the halfway point in stage number 2. So 50 laps were in stage 1, another 50 laps in stage 2. Then we will have the final stage being 60 laps for today's race. A little contact there between Kurt Busch and Ryan Blaney. Boy, Hamlin's falling back now as he is outside the top 25. Chance for Blaney to maybe score more stage points again and try to inch even closer to Hamlin for the regular season championship. Again, he's going to need help. He's 20 points back currently after stage 1. Oh, 4 wide there for a brief moment. They might have been 3 wide by the time Blaney got there. I think he had Austin Dillon cleared, which helped him make the move underneath of Truex and Stenhouse, but it was definitely tight, that's for sure. Wow, Harvick almost washed up into the wall off of turn 4. Fun racing already tonight, though. Big run. Blaney's able to find holes on that inside line pretty well when he's been mid-pack or further back here today. He's able to lag behind. As long as he's got somebody behind him, he can lag behind a little bit, get a push, and then take off. And we've seen speeds already of 209 miles an hour a couple times tonight. Well over 205 multiple times as well, mid-pack. Corey LaJoie got loose. Oh, he's still loose. Boyer tried to go up the middle where there was no room. Cars are just bouncing off one another. '20 car is going to be driven by Christopher Bell next year. And then obviously the 95 for Levine Family Racing, they're shutting down. So that's where the extra charter came for 2311. And that extra Toyota back team with one Toyota team leaving already. So they're affiliated with Joe Gibbs Racing starting next year. guys are middle to upper lane here. That second group of cars behind the top 5. When he got to the outside of the 10, look at that run. 2:09 again down the back straightaway there for Blaney. Massive run. Center of 3 and 4. This has the makings to be his fastest lap in the race because he is absolutely hauling through 3 and 4. Big run to the back of the 78 again. Looks high again. Now he's getting a draft off Suarez, who left the bottom open. 44.174. That was the fastest lap that Blaney's ran today. I figured it was going to be close because he was booking it around this racetrack. But now he doesn't have any help from behind anymore. Look at how far apart the top 9 are from the rest of the field. It's insane. Things have kind of stacked up. Blaney going to the middle now, between Suarez and McLeod. 3 wide and tight. Blaney hops in line now behind McLeod. He'll clear Suarez off at turn 4 for 7. That second group, led by Almirola, starting to catch the front group now once again. And he couldn't quite clear the 78. He got close. He was making sure he wasn't going to pull down in front of him. Did a great job of not doing that. Now we'll look to his inside. See if this works better than the outside from a half a lap ago, and it looks like it will. He'll clear the 78. No, he's not. But honestly, when it comes to Daytona and Talladega, you can find cars like him and Brendan Gaughan at the front of the field like you're seeing here anyway. So it's Daytona. It really doesn't matter. That's why you see wild card winners. The draft and the pack racing's too overpowering. Wow, Blaney hanging his teammate out. He's not going to follow Logano, and that's where it's every man for himself right now. Look at this. If you count DiBenedetto as a Penske-affiliated car, there are 4 Penske cars in the top 5, with Brendan Gaughan in third being the only exception. And we mentioned earlier how strong the Penske cars are at Daytona and Talladega, and that's what you're seeing here. Blaney trying to shuffle the 62 of Gaughan out of the way. Let's see if Logano can get up underneath the 62. No, he's not able to. I thought for a moment there we were going to see 1 through 4, all Penske. Benedetto trying to get that first career win and first win of the year. It's the only chance he's got of making the playoffs now, and he gets shuffled out of line on the inside. Big run there by Blaney to the back of Keselowski. Now with a big move. Couldn't pass that run up. Now Keselowski doesn't have any help on the top as DiBenedetto was able to stay on the bottom. Now more cars going up to the outside to help Brad down the tri-oval. Big push there from DiBenedetto. He didn't hit the 12-car square. And now look at the run by the 62. Brendan Gaughan up the middle 3 wide as he got loose. Had to back out of the throttle, and Ryan Blaney has taken the lead again at Daytona. Diecast room tour. I don't have a lot of diecasts that are like full scale. A lot of my diecasts that I have that are full scale are either Greg Biffle or Ryan Blaney, because those are my favorite drivers growing up, and then mainly Blaney for the most part, because I didn't really even have that many 124 scale diecast. The 164, the smaller ones, I have a ton of a bunch of different drivers, because I mean, when I was a little kid, I have a lot of Gen 4 ones. So when I was a little kid, that's all I would get for, all I would really want for like my birthday or Christmas. I would always get like 5 or 6 of them and then randomly throughout the year. You know, I was one of the kids that begged my parents at Walmart or Kmart, wherever we were at, that, oh, I don't have that one yet, can I have that one? So I'd always go with them mainly for that fact when I went to the store. So I have a lot of those laying around. Well, not laying around, but like put away, I should say. Closet. 19 laps to go in stage 2, 3x3 from second on back. I mentioned that you're probably going to see, much like in stage 1, where everything was stagnated and single file in the front of the field until the last 20 laps of the stage, and that is the case here. Oh boy, 3 wide in the middle. Benedetto now pulls up in front of Blaney on the outside. Blaney giving him a push. Corey LaJoie being pushed now by Austin Dillon. Blaney really should have stayed high. That didn't work at all. Gone trying to side draft him. That broke apart the outside quite a bit. They're 3 wide. Oh, Blaney got loose. Barely squeezing back into the middle lane. He did not like being on the outside in that third lane. Almirola's still loose. Look at him bouncing back, having to get out of the gas himself. Corey LaJoie is leading for Go Fast Racing here tonight. We are late in stage number 2. We're going to alternate to the different camera angles for the first time tonight. Starting at the start-finish line on this lap. 3 wide to the bottom. Blaney underneath Harvick and Benedetto. Bubba Wallace in the mix as well, up towards the front of the field. Austin Dillon looking for the lead. Harvick cleared Wallace, I believe. I don't think they're 3 wide anymore, though. And Benedetto again, a push to the back of the 12 of Blaney. And Blaney again takes the run to the inside of Harvick. Caution. 5th caution already here today. Our 5th yellow of the race. This one comes with 16 laps to go in stage 2 and with 76 to go in the race. Blaney's up to 3rd. Hamlin, the points leader, still back in traffic. Wow. Oh, Hamlin is back at 38th. Was he the cause of that last caution? Because if he is, boy, the door is open for Blaney to win the regular season championship if that's the case. It is possible, yeah. I could probably do that someday, especially with it being the off-season. It's more likely to have happen. No, not pitting. Everybody's staying out here trying to keep the track position. Blaney needs stage points to try and win the regular season title. So here we go. Green flag back in the air. 13 laps to go in the stage. And Blaney did not take off well on the restart. Oh, man, Boyer up the middle, 3 wide. Where did he come from? Blaney did not take off on that restart. Yeah, there's a 3rd driver out of the race now. And guys, if it is Denny Hamlin, then Blaney's got a good shot to win the regular season title. Because Hamlin will only score 1 point. He didn't get any stage points in stage 1. Blaney fell from 3rd to 11th on the restart, by far his worst restart of the night. So he's trying to get all the stage points he can now. Yeah, assuming DeWalt is still a sponsor. I don't know what the sponsors are exactly going to look like. I'd assume Ream's going to stay with them. They've been with him since the Xfinity Series. I don't know if Procore is going to stick around with him too. I don't know what that's looking like. Obviously, that was one of his main sponsors in the Cup Series last year. Main sponsor for Levine Family Racing. But yeah, he'll be in the 20 car for Joe Gibbs Racing for sure. A big shot to the back bumper there. Blaney trying to push Ryan Preece. And Preece gets shuffled out of line. Blaney up to P5. Wow, he got stuck in the middle there between Austin Dillon and Bubba Wallace. Blaney to the outside have gone. He might have went there a little too early. He's going to back out of the gas and pull back to the inside again. Now look at the outside trying to take off. DiBenedetto still up towards the front here. Boyer behind him, gone behind him. That outside's got quite a few cars. And Wallace sees the opening, so he'll get to the back bumper and try to push Ryan Blaney. For second. 12 on the 21. The outside got a big run down the backstretch, especially Boyer all over the back bumper of Matt DiBenedetto. Big run, 3 wide for the lead. Bubba Wallace pushing Blaney on the bottom. DiBenedetto trying to go up the middle, and at the line, I think LaJoie still led the lap on the outside. He is still hanging in there, but he doesn't have as much help. He's got the 62 behind him. The Bubba and Blaney show to the front of the field here at Daytona. With Blaney out in front now, down the back straightaway, trying to block both lanes. And again, Wallace to the back of Blaney. DiBenedetto, I think, is going to lead the lap at the line. Yes, he does. So now Matt DiBenedetto actually officially led the lap. Blaney did not take the lead in that transition officially because he did not lead at the start-finish line. But he'll try it again. And Wallace kind of moved him out of the way, but he couldn't capitalize and get the run to the inside. I don't know how Blaney held on to the lead there. Harvick in that middle lane, 3 wide, trying to get it to work. Got David Reagan behind him. We've seen Reagan lead a couple times already today. 3 wide. Now he's going for second in that middle lane. Blaney continues to lead here at Daytona. Boy, things are getting hectic. Wow, contact, 4 and 21. Wallace had to check up, though, with Blaney pulling the block, and they're still 3 wide for second despite the contact. Unbelievable. Definitely a dangerous situation. The 21, DiBenedetto's got a run on the outside. A push from Clint Boyer in the 14. As they have locked bumpers, and DiBenedetto back out in front again at Daytona. 6 to go in stage 2. Harvick now locks up with the 12. There are a lot of Fords. The top 5, all Ford Mustangs. Big push from the 4 to the back of the 12. And again, Blaney to the inside of DiBenedetto. Little side draft. Blaney fighting for every point he can. Assuming Denny Hamlin's out of the race. Again, we'll check up the stage break to make sure he was the driver that brought out that last caution and is now done for the day. As the door is open for him to make a 29-point comeback in the final race. Blaney got loose and shoved up into the 21. And he still leads the lap at the line. I don't know how they didn't wreck there. 5 to go. Harvick gave the 12 a big shot again. Now he's got the lead. Harvick still locking bumpers, and now he lets go. Yeah, I don't know exactly how many of those die-casts I have. I know I've got a lot, though. I probably have more in the basement, too. I know we had a garage sale a while back that I sold some, and I wish I didn't. But this was like a while. This was... I'm talking, I was younger still. Like, no, I don't need those. I'm like, why'd I do that? My young self. There's some probably pretty cool paint schemes in there I probably don't have anymore. Austin Dillon has worked himself back into the top 3. He finished in the top 5 at the end of stage 1. He's all over the back of the 12 of Blaney, gave him another shot, but again, Blaney can't clear the 21 of Matt DiBenedetto right now. DiBenedetto still hanging on that right rear corner panel. But now the 21 couldn't clear the 12 car that time. 3 to go in stage 2. Benedetto did lead the lap at the line. Blaney is now clear of the 21 after a great push from Austin Dillon. Now we saw a caution come out with 2 laps to go in stage 1 that ended the stage prematurely. That was Timmy Hill who brought out that caution. Blaney trying to block for his life at the front of the field here. And we'll see if he can win the stage. Coming to 2 to go. Needing all the points he can to catch Hamlin in the regular season championship standings. Hamlin is out of the race. I see him on pit road right there. So Hamlin is out for the day. He'll finish 38th. And with that, he'll only score 1 point total today. So Blaney has to score 30 points or more to win the regular season championship. He's got 9 already from stage 1. And he's looking for another 10 here as he leads late in stage 2. Harvick is there. Another close block, but clean nonetheless. Almirola's got a big run on the inside. He is being pushed mightily by Ryan Preece in the 37. Well, here we go. White flag in the stage this time by. Harvick got a huge push there from Bubba Wallace. Blaney holds on. 1 lap to go in stage 2. Playoff point on the line, and the top 3 are all drivers who are locked in with wins. Fighting for that playoff point. Blaney looking for 10 regular season points to catch Hamlin even closer in the standings now. Half a lap to go. And he's doing a great job. He's still got 1 more corner through turns 3 and 4 now. 3 wide. Wallace now abandons Harvick. Harvick doesn't have a lot of help in the middle. Wallace has a big push on the top by Boyer, but it's not going to be enough. At the line, blocking 3 lanes, Ryan Blaney wins stage 2 at Daytona. Another stage win this season for him. A great battle at the end of the stage. And now Blaney to win the regular season championship needs just 12 more points. Well, actually 11. He's got the tiebreaker for the most wins over Hamlin. So having the tiebreaker for the most wins this season already assures that he is really close. He just needs 11 more points here today. So that means he would have to finish 26th or better. So as long as Blaney finishes 26th or better, he's going to win the regular season championship. That would be the math there. So 26th or better is all he has to finish to win the regular season title now over Hamlin, with Hamlin DNFing. He needed help and he needed a good day. He's had a good day with the stage points so far, and now 26th or better will win him the regular season title. Green flag in the air, and now a fight to decide who will win the race. Less than 60 to go. 56 to be exact, or sorry, 57 to be exact, as we go green in the final stage. And we've had 5 cautions so far today. Blaney obviously wants to win. So many drivers at the front of the field that need a win to clinch. DiBenedetto's in the top 5. Preece is in the top 5. Austin Dillon, Bubba Wallace. Second through fifth. Boyer, LaJoy in there as well. They can make it with wins. Outside of Blaney leading this race, second through seventh place are all winless and all need a win here tonight. How clutch would that be? Hitting that walk-off homer in the bottom of the ninth. That's how clutch it would feel. Blaney not going to try to let that happen. He's been so close to winning that 10th race of the season. It has been a little while since his last win. He hasn't won since the Brickyard 400. It's been 7 races. Logano's got a huge push on the outside. I think he was getting pushed by Daniel Suarez in the 96. That intensity that you saw at the end of stage 1 and the end of stage 2 is likely what you're going to see the entirety in this stage. Oh, wow! There's Logano. Blaney thought he could block him, and then he all of a sudden just couldn't. And Logano is out in front. Here at Daytona. He's still winless this year, but he's locked in on points. Oh, wow, Wallace. Or sorry, no, that wasn't Wallace anymore. That was Ryan Priest that just about turned Blaney. Blaney almost got clipped again. 3 wide middle now as he made contact up on the outside with the 96 of Suarez. Getting bounced around middle of the pack. But he was able to hang on, as well as everybody else. Blaney tight, in the wall. Austin Dillon's in the wall. Caution. I think they stacked up and wrecked further back. And the caution will wave. For the 6th time tonight. 53 laps left here in the Coke 0400 at Daytona. Oh, man. The intensity is real, ladies and gentlemen. And pretty much, Blaney just has to finish 26 or better to win the regular season championship. And outside of that, we're basically looking at, will we get a winner that is below 16th in points that needs a win to move on? Because nobody else can outpoint Bowman. Bowman's been non-existent all night. He's been at the back all day. So nobody's going to pit here. Cannot make it on field to the end from this point. And the green flag will wave once again. Oh, 3 wide to the bottom goes Blaney on the restart. Wow, Wallace had a big run now behind Boyer. Ty Dillon's going to try to follow the 12 on the inside. And they're already 3 by 3. That outside fanned out so quickly. No help for Priest. Restarted second. Logano looks high. Blaney going to try to follow his teammate. Big run. All for himself, maybe. Restarted in 7th place. And he's already in the lead in less than a lap. Unbelievable. Just found the holes. What a run there. Austin Dillon's getting a big push there for Matt DiBenedetto. Boyer in the mix again. What a party that would be if you won tonight. Boy, oh boy. This is just major blocking going on right now. Zigzagging all the way down the front stretch. The desperation is real. No, I don't plan on playing Cyberpunk at all. I'm not really into those types of games. I pretty much grew up only playing like sports games. That was about it. Oh my goodness. About a moment there. And really outside of what I do on the channel, I don't really play much of anything else anyways. Just don't have as much time, usually. .47 to go. Matt DiBenedetto out in front of the field here in the Coke 0400 at Daytona. Ryan Blaney in second place, right behind him. First round of the playoffs for the Cup Series side looks like this. We got the Southern 500 at Darlington. After that, we go short track racing. Prime time at Richmond. And then another prestigious race to round out the round of 16, and that third and final race of the round, and that will be at Bristol for the night race at Bristol. Jackson Thomas, welcome to the stream. 12 is just pushing the 21 here at the front of the field. They're working together for the moment. Things have stagnated out a little bit, and it'll probably be much like the first two stages where we'll get within the final 20 to 30 laps and things are just going to ramp up randomly and drastically after that. Oh, here's a run to the inside though by Blaney. He just hangs out to Benedetto. Push now from LaJoy, and Blaney's just going to take the lead now while he can. So much for the single file action. Alex Bowman is in the top 5 for the first time tonight. He is up to 4th. Up to 3rd now as he, well, trying to get up to 3rd. He's behind LaJoy still. LaJoy really got stalled out after he gave up pushing the 12 of Blaney. Watch the inside. Oh, man. Slight contact there between the 32 and the 12 as Blaney almost gave up the bottom. Oh, watch his way up the racetrack now. Contact between the 32 and the 12 again. And LaJoy back out in front. Jimmy Johnson all of a sudden is in the top 3. He's been non-existent all day as well. 3 wide for second. Almirola got shoved down the line. Johnson's up to P2. Cars are bouncing off one another. The front of the pack. What a bang it would be for Johnson in his final season to win on the last race of the regular season to get into the playoffs, because that's the only shot he's got, is winning here today. Super Speedway, one of the better drivers on the Super Speedways in recent memory. Ricky Stenhouse up to 2nd now as Johnson is hung out with no help on the outside. Blaney now moves underneath Stenhouse. Everybody indeed wants to win. Last shot, last call to keep their championship hopes alive. 42 to go. LaJoy still out in front. Can he be that driver? Ooh, Laney wiggled a little bit. Ryan Newman back into the top 3. Newman has come and gone through the pack quite a bit today. We've seen him at the back. We've seen him at the front. Back up towards the front again in 3rd. Rookie Cole Custer's working his way up through the field. The 12 and the 6, bumper to bumper. And Corey LaJoy. No help on the outside. Blaney back out in front again. We're going to alternate to the different camera angles one final time here in today's race. Once again, 6 cautions so far tonight per incident. Ryan Newman won stage 1, Ryan Blaney won stage 2. They're 1-2 at the front of the field here. With about 40 to go and cautions out again. 7th caution of the race. Pit stops are going to happen, and it will likely be the final pit stops of the day, if I had to imagine. Blaney in the lead at the timing of the yellow, 41 laps to go. Whoever brought out that last caution looks like they're still going to be in the race. And Kyle Busch still at the back. Don't count him out. He's 37th right now, but there's still plenty of time for those guys to get back in. If you're on the lead lap in the final 20 laps, he's still got a shot to win. So green flag back in the air. Ryan Newman leads the field at green, so nobody else pitted for tires. I think Blaney was the only one that pitted for tires. That's why he restarted mid-pack. There's a lot of Penske cars back here. Ooh, huge checkup on the inside. Byron kind of got hung out there. Jimmy's faded back to about 17th now as well, but he's got a teammate, Chase Elliott, right behind him. Alex Bowman also back here as well. See, the problem is, though, for Bowman, he can't let his teammate Jimmy Johnson win, unfortunately, because he is racing his teammate. If anybody wins, Bowman's going to get booted out of the playoffs. Anybody that's, again, not in the top 16, everybody below the cutoff line obviously doesn't have a win. That's one thing this season. We've had 12 different winners this year, but all of them are actually in the top 16 in the actual point standings itself as well. We haven't really had an upset winner this year. I mean, you can say maybe Eric Jones winning the Daytona 500 could have been an upset, or even Eric Almirola winning at Atlanta earlier this year as well. Could perhaps been an upset for that race, but no major upsets so far this season. We could definitely see one here tonight. Oh boy. Side drafting going on 3 wide. Mid-pack again. Blaney on the inside. Middle lane, Ryan Preece. Truex was on the outside. Ooh, wow. Preece came down into Blaney there. Just shows how tight it is when they're running 3 wide. Maybe a little too aggressive with the side draft. Yeah, I definitely can't wait for 2021 to come around, especially for the NASCAR aspect of things. They're not using a different engine necessarily. I know basically the only thing with the engine that's like changing is Chevrolet is all going to one engine, kind of like you see with Roush or Toyota. Instead of having RCR and Hendrick backed engines, they're all going to be basically the same. All the Chevys are going to have the same engine instead of competing with one another to try and team up and minimize the gap, because really outside of Chase Elliott over the last 2 seasons, nobody has been able to really win races at Chevy consistently. Yeah, Kurt Busch won a race this year. Bowman won one race this year, one race the year before. But you're really not seeing Chevy as a whole win races anywhere consistently like Ford or even Toyota. They're way behind. And even though Chase Elliott won the championship this year, you can't rely on Elliott to do it every year. So they need to get that Chevrolet program going again. So that's pretty much it. They're basically conjoining engines, or conjoining in the engine department and trying to help out with that. Blaney up to third. Right behind Benedetto, Matty D. Let me tell you, he has been up at the front of the field for a lot in the second half of the race. Really, since midway through stage 2, he's been fighting for the lead. He almost won stage 1. Stage 2 rather. Came close, finished within a car length or 2 of Blaney, and he's battling it out for second at the line, 3 wide. And he's up at the front of the field right now trying to get it done. Jackson Thomas, welcome to the stream, by the way. I saw you earlier. I forgot to mention you. Welcome. Cole Custer still trying to hang on. Matt DiBenedetto right behind him, and Ryan Blaney trying to win that 10th race of the season. Also in the picture here, Chase Elliott back up to 4th out of seemingly nowhere. Won at Watkins Glen 2 races ago. Had a pretty solid run for the most part. Didn't get the finish he probably deserved at Dover, but he was in the top 5 all day yesterday. And he qualified on the pole today at Daytona as well. Man, Blaney just kind of stalled out there. He had like little to no help. Custer leads. Still controlling his lane pretty well. And again, things are just not fanned out right now enough. So we have 29 laps to go still at Daytona, so that could obviously change. Oh, over and pushing that 21 car. Oh, for next year's NASCAR. I mean, always, when the time comes around, I'll definitely be excited, because I'm always excited when it comes to that, for sure. And it will obviously help the channel too. And we saw what NASCAR Heat 5 did those first couple months for the channel, really boosted it up. I mean, we were getting like 150 subscribers a month there for about 3 months straight on average, so that was pretty cool. Pretty big for the channel. That's why we had such a big opening year. So again, Custer leads, followed by Blaney, Priest, DiBenedetto, Truex. Truex coming off a win at Dover yesterday. That was his first win of the season. Been close a few times leading up to that point, but finally broke into the win column. Cole Custer looks really, really good at the front of the field here. Kind of like what William Byron was able to do early in stage 2, where he led. Nobody was just able to catch him at all. Blaney bobbled in the center of the corner as well. The 37 car is going to catch up. He's going to give him a push. That's what Blaney needs. He just needs help to try and catch the 41. He can't do it himself here as Custer is looking strong, and the rookie trying to get a win and get into the playoffs and join another rookie, Christopher Bell, because if we don't get a rookie to win tonight, Bell's going to be the only rookie in the playoffs. Therefore, he's going to win the Rookie of the Year automatically. We've seen Reddick up towards the front of the field, though that was mainly earlier in the race. But obviously Custer is leading right now, but maybe not for long as Blaney looks low to the inside. Finally had a good enough of a run to get underneath him. But he's going to need help to try and pass him completely here. As Custer again trying to get a run on the outside. Ryan Preece is going to push Ryan Blaney. And Custer wasn't able to clear yet. 25 laps to go now at Daytona, and it is Ryan Blaney out in front. Once again. Big push there from Ryan Preece to help him out. He pulls up, he clears the 41, and back down to the bottom to control that lane as well. Yeah, thanks for hitting the like button, by the way. Michael Turner, welcome to the stream. Guessing you're talking about the career mode. That's pretty cool. There's a couple cars that have lost the draft. Somebody way back there, and then there's another car that's also quite a ways back. Look at the 41. That was an aggressive side draft by Cole Custer. Nice and clean, though. Well done. Nice and textbook. Oh, Preece just about turned the 19. Or the 12 into the 19. Yeah, boys, an interesting situation to say the least. That could have been the big one. We haven't had the big one yet today. We have had 6 cautions total, but no big one. At least not yet, but don't worry. We might end up seeing it. We still got 23 to go, and they're the most important 23 laps of the race. Blaney again trying to get around Custer. Big side draft on his left rear corner panel. He's on the inside. Truex is behind Custer. Preece again behind Blaney on the inside. Quite a big gap between those guys, though. And Preece again trying to shove Blaney. And now Preece trying to go to the inside for himself. Push now from Truex on the outside. They are 3 wide for the lead into turn 3. Dead even. Now they're side by side. The 12 on the outside, the 37 on the inside. Look at Joey Gase trying to push Ryan Preece, and he has pushed him to the lead. Big side draft on the 51 there from the 12, and he's able to hang on to second place. A nice push from Truex as well to help, but that really separated the 37 and the 51. Ryan Preece trying to get a win and move into the playoffs. It'd be his first career win. Boy, he had a rough 2020 in real life this year. But can he win this race? Really almost jump-started that career even more. Blaney is all over his back bumper right now. I mean, all over him. Oh yeah, we definitely had a couple big ones in this game. Whether it's here or on a track that isn't even a super speedway, we've had big accidents. Running the outside here between Preece and Blaney. Blaney moves to the inside now in front of Bell, but Preece was able to block. Another run to the outside for the 12 of Blaney, trying to side draft Preece. He pulled him back. Look at Kyle Busch. I said don't count him out. That last caution with 41 laps to go, Busch was in 37th, and I said if you're on the lead lap, you got a shot to win it. He is up to 3rd as he has just passed Cole Custer for position now. And again, now Preece gives up the bottom at the line. I think Blaney led the lap by inches. 20 laps to go here at Daytona. Kyle Busch has just pushed Ryan Blaney to the lead. Top 2, both with wins, looking for another one. Busch is actually 3rd in the standings, but he can't catch neither Hamlin or Blaney today. And don't forget as well, Blaney has to finish 26th or better to clinch the regular season championship. over Denny Hamlin, who came in with a 29-point lead, but Hamlin blew an engine in stage 2, scored 0 stage points today. Blaney had 19 stage points, so only needs to have 11 for his race finish because he hoists the tiebreaker for the most wins this year. Hamlin's got 2 wins, Blaney's got 9. Again, Ryan's still in contention for his 10th year. He has already won stage 2, finished second in stage 1. Ryan Newman, who won stage 1, is nowhere to be found at the front of the field right now. But again, it's Daytona. That could change very quickly. There are 36 cars in the lead pack. 3 drivers are out of the race, and 1 driver has completely lost the draft and is way a ways back. Austin Dillon back into the top 3. Dillon looked, whoa, he almost got underneath Blaney. Truex gave his teammate Busch a shot before he got broken up by Dillon, who made a risky block on the 19. Really checked him up. Michelle Rafter, welcome to the stream. Look at Joey Gase, 3 wide at the bottom. Now Joey Gase is well outside the top 30, so if he wins today, he unfortunately won't make the playoffs. But still looking for that first career win. He's got something to fight for there. As far as fuel goes, these guys are plenty good to the end with that timing of the last caution. We haven't had a yellow since that last restart with 38 laps to go, believe it or not. That'd be a long green flag run by Daytona standards to end this race. BMNJ, welcome to the stream as well. Busch trying to get going on the outside. Gase again to the bottom. Blaney trying to block for his life, looking for his 10th win this season. Many drivers in the top 10 and towards the front half of the field looking for that first win in a last call, last shot to make the playoffs. They are running out of time to do it. And you know they want to get to the front as quick as they can. Because you never know if cautions can limit the amount of green flag laps that we can run late here. I don't know what the interval is between first and 36th at the rear of the draft, but it's got to be close. Look at this. As everybody's stacked together 3 by 3 through the field from second on back. And Blaney's just trying to control and block all 3 lanes as much as he can. The side drafting going on too is kind of really holding these guys back, that they're not able to get the runs that you would think they can get. Who's going to get the push? Who's going to get the run? 15 to go at Daytona. Blaney continues to hold on in a very intense situation. I mean, he's pretty much got 26 locked in the bag with the way he's ran today, as long as he doesn't get involved in the big one. If we have the big one. All it takes is one bad push or one bad block. We've seen near big ones and near major accidents here today. Most of them have been single car accidents. Chris Buescher all of a sudden is up to third. He's got his teammate Ryan Newman behind him. Now Newman winless on the year, but he's locked in on points into the playoffs. So I'll have to watch those 2 Roush Fenway cars. Maybe Newman can help his teammate Buescher to get the win, so they can have 2 Roush Fenway cars, both of them in the playoffs here on NASCAR Heat 5. That'd be pretty impressive. Boy, Kyle Busch has really faded back all of a sudden. Big run by the 17. He gets blocked off by the 12 of Blaney. It was probably led for more laps consecutive over the last dozen laps or so than what he has all night. Goes to show how many lead changes we've had, how many different leaders we've had, and really just how hard it is to hold on to the lead. Starling Dixon, welcome to the stream. 13 to go at Daytona. Regular season finale. This is it for some guys' championship hopes. Most of the field, really. Knowing we practically go from the top 30 in points that have a shot coming into the night to legitimately win and just keep their season alive. And we'll be cutting that virtually at half down to 16. 3 wide again. Oh, wow. Newman goes up the middle. He doesn't even help his teammate, and now we have a caution. Our 7th caution of the race with 13 laps to go. And we are not going to have many more laps on the restart here. Look at the top 10. It's like BJ McLeod's going to pit. I think he was involved in the caution. That's a heartbreaker there. He's going to restart at the back. And Bubba Wallace was the driver that lost the draft, so he is back into it now. We know he's got a fast car. He's been up towards the front of the field periodically tonight. So we're going to have 9 laps to go when we go green. 9 laps left when we go green. It'll be Blaney and Buescher on the front row. Row 2, Newman and Gase. Alex Bowman out of nowhere back in the top 5 and 5th. Austin Dillon outside of him in row 3. Green flag back in the air. 9 laps to go in the regular season. Well, this is the drama. And NASCAR won with a regular season finale at this racetrack, at this particular race. And they've got it. And you're seeing that with this 2020 schedule on NASCAR Heat 5 on the channel tonight. Great restart by the inside line. Newman didn't physically push Ryan Blaney, but they took off a lot better than the outside. And really, Bowman, who restarted 5th, was able to jump in front of Buescher, try to lead himself to the outside. Because remember, Bowman is that 16 driver in on points right now. He is going to block for his life. Even if he can't get the win, he needs to make sure nobody new wins tonight. A lot of playoff drivers are up here, though. If you count Bowman, assuming that we don't get a different winner, it'd be Blaney, Newman, Busch up here. That wouldn't change the points. You look back at those Stewart-Haas cars that might work together to get towards the front of Bowyer and Custer, but it's going to be every man for themselves if they get there because they both need wins. Look at this. Blaney got such a big jump and a big lead off of turn 2, but he might be way too far out ahead. Big run there by Newman and Kurt Busch. Blaney blocks them both off again. Down to the wire late. Custer, big push from his teammate Bowyer. 3 wide for 2nd place. Custer with the run. Custer's got the lead with 17 to go. Sorry, 7 to go. Cars are just bouncing off one another now. Mid-pack, Blaney stuck in the middle. And he needs to get back down to the bottom if he wants a shot to win this race. Either that or get the help on the outside. A big bobble. Newman staying behind him, trying to push him. Custer to the outside with his teammate Bowyer. Keselowski's coming on the bottom. He's trying to get his 3rd win of the year. David Reagan behind him. Oh my goodness. Reagan. He has won this very race back in 2011. His only 2 career wins in the Cup Series came on Super Speedway. Stenhouse is in the mix. 3 wide now for about 3rd. Keselowski continues to lead. Somebody's trying to spoil the party here today. It's 2v1 Penske cars versus David Reagan. Blaney to the outside trying to side draft Reagan and get the draft in front of him off Keselowski. It's not going to work though. Not enough help. Still trying to side draft the 36. Now pulls in line behind him. Here comes William Byron. We know he's got a fast car. We haven't seen him at the front in a while, but he led a lot of laps earlier in the race. 5 laps to go at Daytona. Oh, Reagan's got a shot. Reagan has a shot to steal the party at Daytona tonight and be that 16th man in the playoffs. And Bowman has faded back, looking on, hoping that that doesn't happen. A lot of these playoff drivers that kind of came out of nowhere. Look at Jimmy Johnson back there in 6th. Don't count him out of it. Jimmy trying to pull off what would be probably the greatest win in his career. One of the more clutch wins. I guess he's got 7 championships that would probably rank up there, but a couple of Daytona 500, but you get the point. It would be very clutch. You never know, it could be his final win of his career. 4 to go. Blaney has found himself to second. The top 4 are all playoff drivers. As Reagan is faded back to 5th and continues to fall, Johnson hops in line behind him. Blaney's got a big run on Keselowski. He's going for the lead on his teammate. Penske cars tend to race hard against one another. Blaney's got the run to the inside. Got a little loose into turn 3. Brad doesn't have a lot of help, but he's trying to side draft the right rear of Blaney's car. And Blaney has already cleared him. Basically a run by himself, plus a little help, obviously, with Brad not having much help for himself. And we have 4 to go, another lead change. Sorry, 3 to go, and another lead change. Blaney trying to block again out in front. He did it for a while earlier. He's going to have to do it for 3 more laps. Johnson looking for a run further back behind David Reagan. Is anybody else going to get a run on that bottom lane? We've seen 3 wide battling at the front of the field before. For right now, they're side by side as they'll be coming to 2 to go. That's 5 more miles. That is a long time here around Daytona International Speedway. David Reagan has locked bumpers now with Brad Keselowski trying to get the outside to go. 2 to go. He needs to do something. And that means pushing Keselowski to the lead and then trying to make a move from there. That's pretty much the only spot he is in right now. That was a big block by Blaney. Back to the inside of Byron. Holding on. Lap and a half remaining. Somebody going to jump all the way down to the double yellow line on the inside. We'll have to wait and see. Oh, Blaney got loose into 3. Still holds on to the lead. Barely. Late block on Byron, but he was able to make it. Off of 4, white flag in the air this time by 1 lap to go at Daytona for Ryan Blaney. Top 4 still all playoff drivers. Reagan trying to get a run on the outside. Big run by Keselowski, blocked off by Blaney. Back to the bottom as he blocks the 24. Now Reagan goes high in desperation, and he's hung out to dry. And Reagan likely won't win this race now. Johnson is the next car in line in the middle, but now Kyle Busch pulls up in front of him there, all over the place. Mid-pack now scrambling for positions late. Blaney zigzagging back and forth. Reagan is back behind the 2 again, but still needs to make a run for himself if he wants to get into the postseason. Ryan Blaney coming off the turn 4 to the start-finish line. One more time, he blocks it. He's going to win the regular season championship in the final race. His 10th win of the year. Blaney wins at Daytona. Ryan Blaney wins at Daytona, taking the lead with about 2.5 laps to go. And surging on from there. What a race, what a finish. No upset winner tonight, but Ryan Blaney gets that 10th win of the year, and in clutch situation, 29 points down from Denny Hamlin for the regular season championship. He did what he had to do. He scored 59 points today. Hamlin DNF'd early. And the classic slide through the grass on the front stretch at Daytona. Hang on, we can do a classic slide here. I need to pick up more speed. What a race. After DNFing at Dover yesterday, it was looking almost unlikely that Ryan Blaney was going to win the regular season championship tonight at Daytona, but fight, and Ryan Blaney was able to do just that and still come back from 29 points down in the final race. Nearly half race worth of points. Oh, jeez. I was trying to pick up speed there. Hang on, we're going to do this slide The classic slide in the grass on the front stretch. I don't know what happened there. I picked up speed and it just turned right. Gotta love this game. I don't know why it does that. Like, it doesn't do that on a restart. It doesn't just turn right when I'm getting up to speed. Hang on, one more try. Third time's the charm. Whatever. There we go. It wasn't as classic as I wanted it to be. That did not work at all. I was just wasting time. Sorry for that. All right. We'll take a look at the finishing results here to the Coke 400 at Daytona. What a race here tonight. BJ McLeod restarted at the back. Remember, he pitted from 12th. He was involved in that last caution with 13 to go. In 9 laps, BJ McLeod went from 37th to 8th. He put it all on the line to try and get that win and move on to the playoffs. There was the wreck Hamlin was involved in earlier that knocked him out of the race. But what a day for Ryan Blaney, winning the regular season championship, winning the race here tonight at Daytona in a clutch fashion, his 10th win of the year. William Byron brings it home in second. He had a fast car. Keselowski showed up late. He finished third, followed by Martin Truex Jr. and the first non-playoff driver, finishing fifth, of David Reagan. He had a shot late, really the best shot of anybody late. Kyle Busch finished 6th. Clint Boyer was up in the front late, finished 7th. BJ McLeod with that comeback 8th. Jimmy Johnson, last try to make it into the playoffs in his final season, finishes 9th. And Austin Dillon will round out the top 10. He also had a pretty strong car here tonight. Ryan Newman won Stage 1. Blaney, as mentioned, won Stage 2. And obviously the race win. The only 3 drivers that DNF tonight were Denny Hamlin, Timmy Hill, and John Hunter Nemechek, all in the first 2 stages. And we had 7 cautions for incident here tonight at Daytona. Again, doing the points myself here, but I can confirm that Ryan Blaney has won the regular season championship over Denny Hamlin. What a race. What a race. 15 people watching, 15 people have hit the like button so far. If you haven't already, hit that like button, help with this YouTube algorithm so more people can see this. It was a pretty good race, to say the least. And the regular season finale. We'll go to Darlington on Saturday. Xfinity Series action at Daytona tomorrow night, as well as Darlington. We're going to run a doubleheader. That starts tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, running at Daytona first, and then again Darlington later on tomorrow. Subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. Help me out a ton as we're on the road to 1,000 subs. We do these full race live streams with a realistic broadcast on the daily. We had good turnout here tonight. I think we had up to 19 people watching at one point in time, so thanks for everybody tuning in. And a lot of it was for a large part of the latter portion of the race too, so glad you guys enjoyed. So again, hit that subscribe button on your way out for more daily NASCAR content. And again, we do these full race live streams with a realistic broadcast on the daily as I start my young broadcasting career to hopefully one day living my dream of broadcasting real races within the NASCAR realm. Tune in tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Once again, Xfinity Series at Daytona. Xfinity Series doubleheader, Daytona, Darlington. Hope to see you guys then. Have a good rest of your night, and I'll see you tomorrow.